$300 trillion. Repeat this number to yourself. Now forget it. It's a smokescreen, theater, a number so absurd that the brain refuses to process it, and that's the main trick. While you're stunned by the zeros, the real mechanism works in silence. Here's a simple truth you won't hear on the news. Debt is not money to be returned. Debt is a force to be serviced. Imagine an ocean. Every country is a ship in this ocean. They tell you, "Look, our ship is leaking. We owe 1,000 liters of water to that ship, 2,000 to this one." And you look at the other ships, and they are sinking too. And you ask, so who took all the water? No one. Water is not a resource that can be stolen. Water is a law of physics. The force of gravity pulling the ship down. Global debt is gravity in the world of finance, artificial, engineered gravity. Who created this gravity? Not a country, not a bank, an idea. Once upon a time, very smart people agreed that value is not gold in a chest, but trust expressed in numbers with interest. They created a machine where for new money to appear, new debt must appear. Every dollar in your pocket was born from someone's obligation. This is not a metaphor. It is a technical description of the modern banking system. Therefore, when a government borrows, it does not ask a neighbor for gold. It asks the trust system to create new numbers for it, and in return, it signs an obligation to feed the trust system in the future. With what? With more trust expressed in money, which someone else will also owe. The creditor is not China, not the IMF. The creditor is the principle of debt itself, a self-sustaining viral idea that has turned the planet into a giant pyramid of obligations, a living algorithm for which wars, crises, and pandemics are not catastrophes, but necessary course corrections. Ways to annul old, impossible promises and write new ones on terms even more favorable to the system. We are looking for a throne, but we should be looking for a mirror. Look into it. You are part of the creditor. Your silent agreement to play by these rules, your need for a pension, for insurance, for a mortgage. These are the bricks in the walls of this invisible cathedral. Your future time, your future energy are already accounted for, calculated, and pledged as collateral for the numbers spinning in the system today. The system will not take your house from you. It's smarter. It will make you voluntarily dedicate the best years of your life to pay for it. It will not take resources. It will create a market where it will be more profitable to sell them than to preserve them. Who is the creditor? You look at it every day. It is your reflection in the monitor screen as you check your bank account. It is the shadow of the skyscraper you work in. It is the ticking of the clock, counting down to a deadline. We have built a god named debt, and now we pray to it, paying with our time, sovereignty, and future. We are not looking for who we owe. We are looking for how to stop the worship. So, we have identified the deity, the self-replicating idea, the god of the ledger. But a god requires sacrifices, and on the altar of this god, we do not place gold or grain. We place time. Your lifetime, quantified in labor, is the primary fuel. The future's potential, quantified in natural resources and innovation, is the secondary fuel. The system is a furnace that burns time to generate the illusion of growth. The smoke from this furnace is what we call the economy. Now, follow this logic to its terrifying conclusion. If the creditor is the system itself, and the system demands perpetual growth, and growth is fueled by finite time and finite resources, then the system is, by definition, a Ponzi scheme built on the planet. It requires constantly new inputs, new generations of laborers, new deposits of minerals, new forests to cut, new attention to monetize, to pay the promised returns to the past. This is why you feel the acceleration. The deadlines tighten, the work hours expand, the news cycle spins faster, the crises cluster. It's not your imagination. It's the exponential curve. The system is entering its late stage, where it must consume future energy at an ever-increasing rate just to avoid immediate collapse. It is harvesting time at a pace that outruns its regeneration. This leads us to the final and most important shift in understanding. Debt is not an economic tool. It is a temporal weapon. It is a contract that binds the future to the will of the present. When a nation takes on debt, it doesn't mortgage its buildings. It mortgages the agency of its future citizens. It commits their labor, their choices, their peace to servicing a decision made today. It steals from the future to pay for the present. Look at any austerity measure. It is not financial. It is temporal. It is the forced extraction of more hours, more health, more years from a population to feed the algorithm. Look at environmental degradation. It is the liquidation of ecological time, millions of years of natural capital, to generate a quarterly report. So, who holds the weapon? Who points it? There is no who. There is only the consensus to keep playing. The governments, the central banks, the corporations, they are not masters. They are high priests and administrators of the cult, desperately trying to manage the ever more complex rituals to keep the god satisfied. They are as bound by its logic as you are. Their power is an illusion granted by the system, contingent on their ability to deliver the required sacrifices. The final revelation is this: there is no exit. There is only a choice of collapses. You cannot pay off a god. You can only stop believing in it. One collapse is mathematical. The pyramid collapses under its own weight when new fuel runs out. The other is conscious, a coordinated global decision to default on the very idea. To say, we will no longer pledge our future. We will no longer burn time as fuel. We reject the god of the ledger. The first collapse brings chaos. The second brings a revolution in human consciousness. A shift from an economy based on scarcity and debt to an ecology based on presence and regeneration. The ticking you hear is not a countdown to a financial crisis. It is the sound of the future, knocking on the door of the present, asking why it has been sold before it was even born. The choice of which collapse we engineer is the only true sovereignty left.